If you're watching this video, it must be close to Christmas because The White Elephant is a fantastic and popular game over the Christmas holidays. It also goes by a few other names such as Dirty Santa or Yankee Swap, but if you're not familiar with it, it's very similar to your typical Secret Santa rules, except for in White Elephant, you don't actually know who will be getting your gift. This is a really great option to do something fun with your friends and family without requiring everyone to buy a gift for everyone else. Instead, everyone's going to be contributing to a common pool, and then everyone will also be taking a single gift from that pool. Not only will playing the game just generate a ton of laughs, but everyone will be going home with a gift, and it also allows families to cut down on the amount of clutter and spending that is often associated with the holidays. My name's Adam Singer, and in this video I'll be going through the official rules for the White Elephant, but just keep in mind that these rules are just a simple foundation of how to play the game, and you can tweak and change things that you think might work a little bit better for your friends and family. And yes, I do also have my own criticisms with the official rule set, so I have made a few changes myself, and I will be sharing that alternative rule set with you as well. But let's just start with the basic game here, and the way that this works is that you're going to be arranging in advance, just letting everyone know that you're going to be playing the White Elephant. The nice thing about this is that it is a fairly relaxed activity, and people can just opt into playing the White Elephant because just those who will be bringing gifts will be involved in the activity, so it's not such a huge deal if some people don't want to play and they don't contribute a gift, but of course it is always more fun when more people are involved. It's also generally a good idea to set some sort of expectations on the budget, usually somewhere between $30 and $60 as a general guideline, just so people have some idea of what they're looking to spend if they are considering being a part of the activity and when they go to purchase that gift. But whoever the first player is going to be going up to choose a gift, and then they're going to be unwrapping it for all the other players to see. And that's pretty much all there is to the first player's turn, but the interesting thing about this is that all the subsequent players after that also do have the same choice where they can just go up and choose a gift, or instead they can choose to steal any of the previously unwrapped gifts. And whenever that happens, you can choose any of the previous players, and instead of going up and unwrapping a gift yourself, you can just steal the gift that they already unwrapped. Whenever that happens, they then also get to have that same choice of replacing their gift from the main pool or stealing a gift from another player. Generally, you can only ever steal a gift once in a single turn, so if someone already stole that gift, it can't be stolen again. So this does force this cascading effect to come to an end eventually, even in the rare case where every gift got restolen. And the game just continues like this until every single player has had a turn, and then you're just going to be cycling back to the first player once again just to give them the option to steal if they choose to, since that starting player didn't have that choice at the beginning of the game. And that's pretty much all there is to it. It's a very simple rule set, and I think that's one of the reasons that this game's so popular and why it works so well, because anyone can just jump into it no matter how familiar they are with the rule set beforehand, and it works across all age groups, young and old, which just makes it a fun time for everyone. But there are some popular variations listed here as well. But I would just caution you on making too many massive changes to the rules, because even just getting slightly complicated can cause a lot of confusion when there's that many people involved. And I did mention that I do have some criticisms with this rule set myself, and I have made some of my own changes over the years, and I will just go through all of those now, just explaining to you what I don't like about this rule set, so you kind of understand the reason why I made the changes that I did. First of all, I don't think you need to draw names out of a hat or do any complicated system in order to set the player order. Just putting people into a circle is enough to randomize the player order already, and I don't think you need to add all that added complication. Like I said before, I used to draw cards and hand them out to everyone, and then draw the same set of cards from a separate deck and then call those out, but people would start talking. If your family's anything like mine, half of them barely speak English, so it was just difficult to get everyone's attention and get them involved, whereas just putting everyone in a circle is simple, it's easy to instruct people to do, and everyone understands that as soon as the person beside them is done going, it's then their turn. The other issue I have with this rule set is that your options are either to go up and unwrap a gift or to steal a gift from another player. But if you're stealing a gift from another player, that means you're not unwrapping a gift, which means that some people will get to unwrap multiple gifts, while some people don't get to unwrap any at all. It's not a huge deal breaker with this game, but it is nice to give everyone that spotlight and that fun experience of unwrapping at least one gift. And my final issue with these rules is that there's just known issues with the rules that have just basically been given band-aid solutions. For example, these arbitrary 3 swaps just to make sure the game doesn't go too long. And there's a bunch of other variations here that are only there to try and correct the issues in the game. None of them are very elegant, and they're just kind of hamstringed onto the rule set to try and course correct for the issues that the rules already have. So over the years, I've been tweaking the rules and coming up with different ways to try and create a similar rule set that still has the same spirit and still has the same simplicity and fun for all the people involved, but without all of the existing issues. And I'm not saying that this is a silver bullet. This one is a little bit more complicated. So if this is your first time organizing a white elephant, I do recommend that you just use the basic rules, maybe just leaving out the randomized player order, because just putting people in a circle is a lot simpler and works just the same. I do also want to mention that I only get to test this out about once a year, so I will be actively making changes to this document based on feedback from anyone that leaves a comment in the comment section below, and also based on my experience with using this existing rule set. So I will explain how I have it here currently, but feel free to check out the document in the description below if you're looking for any updates to the rules. This version of the game works very similar to that existing rule set with a few slight changes. You're going to be putting that pool of gifts in the center, just like with the original white elephant, and then you're going to have the players arrange themselves in a circle or line, whatever works. But then you're going to be randomly dealing a card to each of the players. And this is not to determine player order. And you'll also want to let everyone know not to look at their cards, and that it is possible for them to get more cards throughout the game. And they're never allowed to look at any of them until they're instructed to do so at the end of the game, because at that time, everyone's going to be tallying up the total of the values in their hand. And whoever has the highest value is going to get free pick of any gift with no one else being able to stop them. This means that you want to try and get as many of these cards as possible and have more relative to the other players. With this in mind, card information is public, which means that if you ask a player how many cards they have in their hand, they always have to answer truthfully. But then you're just going to be choosing a starting player, and the game starts exactly the same with them going up and unwrapping one of the gifts from the common pool. But what's different about how this works in my version of the game is that every time it moves on to the next player, that player will always go up and unwrap a gift, but then after they've unwrapped it, they get to choose whether they want to keep that unwrapped gift or if they want to swap it with one of the previously unwrapped gifts. I really like this change because not only does it just speed up the game and remove a little bit of randomness with people just randomly stealing without knowing what they would have got, this also comes with the benefit of more people ending up with the gift that they want, since they do have more information when they go to make that trade or not. Just like in the original rules, if a player does choose to steal or swap their gift with another player, then this does also cascade, giving that other player the option to do the same. But the catch here comes with those cards that I mentioned earlier, because anytime that you steal a gift from another player, you have to give them all the cards that you currently have, which means that you might just be giving them one card, but then that means if they want to steal from someone else, they're going to be giving away 2 cards, and then if that player wants to steal from someone else, they're going to be giving away 3 cards. So this just naturally fixes the issue of too many trades, because nobody wants anyone to have that many cards, because that's going to allow them a better chance of stealing any of the gifts at the end of the game. I do still have the rule in here that a gift can only be stolen once a turn, and the reason that I kept that is just so people don't steal gifts back and forth, and it's just better to include more gifts because that just means that you're including more people in these trades and getting more people involved in the game rather than having some people just sitting there. Also, like with the original game, once all the players have had a turn, you're going to be cycling back to that first player and just giving them the option to steal or keep their gift, since they didn't have that option at the beginning of the game. After that final turn, anyone that still has cards in their hand is able to look at them, and they're going to be tallying up the total value of those cards, with all the face cards just being equal to 10 and the ace being equal to 11. The player who has the highest value is going to be able to do a bonus swap of their gift with any of the other players, and that player must keep the gift. This one doesn't cascade. I do have some additional rules here in the case of a tie, and if it does get any more complicated than that, you can always settle things with good old rock, paper, scissors. And that's the end of the game, but no matter which rule set you choose, you can always encourage trading afterwards just to ensure that more people are getting the gifts that they actually wanted. I hope this information was helpful, and if you do end up trying my variant of the game, I'm really interested to hear how it went, and I'm really interested in any feedback or criticisms, and I will use that information to try and improve this rule set moving forward so that we have something better here each and every year. And of course, the white elephant isn't just for Christmas, it works for any holiday or celebration that you want to include it in. And when you do play it, I hope this video helps bring a little bit more joy and excitement to the activity. And if you did find this helpful, I do appreciate a like and subscribe. But as always, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep that shelf cluttered and the table full.